Hey loves, it's time to learn how to slay your eyebrows like a pro. These are all the items that I'm using today to achieve this eyebrow look. I will list the description of the items below in the description bar, but if you'd like to see how I achieve this look, just continue watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up the video, and leave me a comment. Okay, so getting started, I'm going in with my spoolie brush, and I'm going to be brushing out or combing out my brows. And I just got them waxed the day before, and I did the blue agave mask by Pure the night before, so my skin is looking extra nice today. But as you can see, when they wax your brows, sometimes they look kind of off. So I'm going to show you my technique on how I get them to look nice and slayed. So I'm going to be taking my angle brush that I purchased from Sephora. It was like $18 probably. I can't remember. But I'm going to be outlining the natural shape of my eyebrow at the bottom. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing at the top. And I like to make them even. They wax them kind of slanted, but I fill them in enough to make them as even as possible. Once I have them outlined, I like to go in with light strokes and fill in any gaps so it looks as natural as possible. And if you notice, I really don't go in too far because in the front of the eyebrow, I'm going to be taking just a tad bit of that eyebrow pomade, and I'm going to be creating light hair-like strokes to fade out the front of my eyebrow. And then we're going to go on to the other side, and like I said before, you're going to outline the natural shape of the bottom of your brow as well as the top. And you want to take light strokes. Now, if you're a beginner, I would suggest using a pencil because it's easier to control. The pomades and the gels, they're pretty difficult to use. So that's why I recommend you to either get the pencil and do this same technique, or I would just be as light as possible when filling in the brow. So I'm making sure they kind of look as similar before I go into the front. And then we're going to do that same thing and draw those hair-like strokes. Just like so. And whatever you mess up, our concealer is always going to be like our eraser. I'm just going and smudging that out a little bit so it looks as natural as possible. And another technique is when I'm using pomades, I like to dip my brush into the product and then I wipe the excess off either on the back of my hand or on a paper towel or napkin, and then I go in and draw the brows or outline the brow so the product won't be as heavy. So moving on, we're going to go back to our spoolie and we're going to just brush out all those harsh lines that we may have created, like so. And even fade out the front a little as well if need be. I'm just going in perfecting any imperfections. Moving on to concealer, I'm using my Nars Creamy Concealer in the shade Amande or Amande. I don't know how to pronounce it, you guys. And I'm taking my flat angle brush by Morphe. And then I'm just going to slowly outline my brow. Outline the shape of my brow and clean up any imperfections. And you guys take your time. And another tip, you want to kind of use a concealer that is as close to your skin tone as possible. If I'm going for the highlighted effect, I always like to do that at the bottom of my eyebrow and keep it the foundation shade or concealer shade of my skin for the top. So I'm blending that out nice and neat. And then I'm going to be doing the exact same thing to the other side. And practice makes perfect, you guys. I wasn't always as good, and there's always room for improvement. So as long as you're practicing the same technique, then everything will be just fine. So I'm blending out the rest of the concealer, and now we're moving on to the top of the brows. And I'm taking that same concealer shade because it is close to my skin tone. And off camera, I will be completing the rest of my makeup so it blends out seamlessly. And then we're going on to the other side, doing the exact same thing. And then using my fingers, I'm going to blend out the noticeable lines before moving on to priming and foundation off camera. And if you'd like to see an updated version of my foundation routine, just let me know in the comments and I will be sure to record one for you guys, as well as eyelash application and so on and so forth. And then the last step here is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and that just helps to seal the brows to ensure that they stay all day. And you guys, this stuff is the bomb. I actually, when cleaning off my makeup, it actually allows my brows to last for days. Not purposely, because I do wash my makeup off at night. But anywho, thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.